UTIs can be scary. Let's face it, there is no good time to have a urinary tract infection. But perhaps there are worse times. A terrible time to have one is when you are leading a company-wide workshop for 30 plus people somewhere in Bumblefuck, Kentucky, an hour and a half away from your house and toilet. Let's all agree that is a very bad time to have a UTI, and yet I found myself in this oddly specific scenario not that long ago. During one of the company-wide workshops breaks, I booked myself a last-minute appointment at the Minute Clinic in the Georgetown Kroger. I planned to end the last session a bit early and rush the hell out of there to make it to Kroger on time, all the while trying desperately not to pee in my own pants. For unknown reasons, I thought it would be a good idea to call my mother on the drive there, as it was easy to just put her on speaker and ignore her and make her feel like we had talked. Somewhere in the middle of my mom talking about her dog's favorite type of meatball, I pulled into the Kroger parking lot. I had 5 minutes until my appointment, and if you're late, they go on to the next person right quick. But even more urgently was how badly I needed to pee. For those of you blessed souls that have never had a UTI, every guy in the world except like 4. The way they work is that you think you have to pee every minute, but when you actually go, there is no pee. Only molten hot lava comes out. And you didn't have to pee at all. But then you do, and you wish you were dead. As I pulled into the lot, I saw 2 empty spots on my left-hand side. Not very far from the entrance. Great. Normally, parking, as a thing people do daily, is easy. However, the gray sedan blocking both spots must have been new, because it just sat there, not moving. The sedan could have easily parked in one or even both of the spots, but instead it parked in front of them. I was baffled. What was going on here? I inched up a bit, thinking this might give the impression of wanting to park. It did not. I put on my blinker. This surely would give the impression of wanting to park. It did not. I thought I might squeak my way into the closer spot, as there was the tiniest bit of room. The car didn't budge. I was so confused. For some reason, I looked to my right-hand side and saw an empty spot just behind me. For me, it was too late, unless I wanted to back up my car in a Kroger parking lot, which I would not advise. This spot was one spot closer to Kroger. One spot closer to Kroger, just one. And that's when I realized this woman was trying to park in that empty spot. That empty spot that was one spot closer than the 2 empty spots she was blocking. At the moment, my mom changed topics and started talking about the Russian language soap opera she was currently watching. I don't know if it was my mother's grating voice, or the car blocking 2 empty spots in favor of another spot, or the fact that I was going to pee hot fire in my pants. But I gave the sedan driver the middle finger and drove much deeper into the lot where there were plenty of empty spots. That sounds cool, Mom, I mumbled about whatever she was talking about and raced out of my car. As I neared the entrance, though, I heard from behind me. Did you just give me the finger? see a small, older woman yelling in my general direction. I kept walking, pretending I didn't hear. "Bitch," I said, "did you just give me the finger?" She was walking fast, coming closer to me. "No, I'm on the phone," I mumbled lamely, pointing to the cell phone in my hand. "You gave me the finger," she shouted again. I kept walking, now almost to the Kroger automatic doors. "Why in the fuck would you give me the finger? Why don't you turn around and give me the finger to my face?" She continued to scream at me. "I dare you. I dare you. Turn around and give me the finger to my face." Now a crowd of Kroger patrons had stopped in their tracks and ogled at our altercation. "I'm about to pop off on you. I'm about to pop off. You have made me very mad giving me the finger. Why would you do that?" I thought about turning and addressing her and telling her that she was rudely blocking 2 spots, and I had a terrible UTI and was going to urinate flames on my business casual outfit. But instead, I realized I was still on the phone with my mom.
What is going on? Are you getting yelled at? Who's yelling at you? Are you getting yelled at? Are you getting yelled at? Who's yelling at you?
"It's fine, Mom." I walked faster towards the door as people watched this older woman scream profanities at me and double dog daring me to turn around. "Why are they yelling at you?" Mom asked again. "Because I gave this lady the middle finger from inside my car, and I guess she saw and now she's pissed off." I ran inside Kroger towards where I thought the clinic might have been, near the pharmacy. It was not. I ran up and down aisles looking for clinic signs as my mother continued on about this person screaming at me. And where was I anyway? "Mom," I yelled into the phone, "I'm trying to find the clinic in the supermarket because I have a UTI. And let us not forget, I still had to pee/not pee. "Oh, Frank, she has a UTI. I heard my mother scream out to my stepfather. "Hey, listen, I was getting UTIs too all the time for a while, remember?" She continued into the phone. "And the only thing that worked for me was getting progesterone suppositories that you put up in there. But the problem is they're so slippery they kept falling out. And eventually I stopped because I wasn't getting the UTIs anymore anyways." I found the clinic and ran in its direction. Why wouldn't they put it next to the pharmacy? "And you know what I found out on the internet?" my mom continued. "I was getting them so much because of menopause. It was menopause causing all those UTIs." "Mom, I gotta go." I moved to the check-in computer at the front of the clinic. "But that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's menopause." "It's not menopause, Mom. I don't have menopause," I screamed into the phone, as if menopause was a virus that you could just get sometimes. "I have to go." "Well, I hope that lady doesn't find you and kill you," she closed off with, just like a good mother should. I will admit, the thought of this woman killing me in broad daylight at the Kroger in Germantown didn't occur to me, but I was certainly scared. I hate confrontation. I've never been in a real fight in my life. However, the thought of her popping off on me while frightening was not my real cause for alarm. People were watching this happen. People with smartphones and cameras and TikToks and Instagrams. People who would think this was either hilarious or insane. And this was one of those TikToks or Instagrams that someone would forward me. Not because I was in it, but because someone had forwarded it to them. And it was the thing people were watching that day. It was one of those supermarket altercation videos that seemed to go viral for no reason. But that wasn't the scariest part. It was that I was wearing my ill giving this lady the finger because she was blocking parking spaces, and I had a urinary tract infection. And if it couldn't get any worse than that, I was so frazzled and had to pee so badly that when I took the plastic cup that the clinic lady gave me to the bathroom to fill with infected pee, I peed all over myself. And if it couldn't get any worse than that, I passed by the Halloween aisle after, and there was a large pumpkin spice candle on sale. Like one of the really large ones that are normally too expensive. I grabbed it. But the self-checkout line was so long that I put it down and walked out. Because after all that had happened in the past 15 minutes, that line was way too long to deal with for a candle, despite being on sale.